The word of my testimony for which I was slain. Chapter 50. It wasn't that long before I prayed with my son for a shooting star. My wife and I were still together. One night while in bed, I silently prayed, "God, use me. I want to make a difference for you in your kingdom." He said, "I can't." My heart sank. Feeling a bit confused, I asked him, "Why not?" And he replied, "You're not ready." I lay there trying to figure out what it was I needed to do or learn or change. Of course, it must be my sin in that it was disqualifying me for service. That wasn't a very promising thought because I'd been trying not to sin my whole life, and so far I seem to have made zero progress in that area in regards to a few things. Looking back and seeing all the things God has worked in my life and all the ways He did use me since I prayed that night, through all of that, I still had all the same sin issues that were present when He said, "You're not ready." He had led my path, corrected my course a few times, placed me in a leadership position, blessed just about everything I set my hand to accomplish in ministry, always one-upping himself and just blowing my mind that he seemed to inhabit the worship music every Sunday morning, even on those mornings that I was grumpy or mad at something my pastor had said to me, even the time when Christmas Day was Sunday and I'd got food poisoning from a Chinese restaurant after the Christmas Eve service. There was no way I'd have gotten away with calling in sick when everybody knew how much I disliked Christmas. It wasn't my sin preventing God's ability or even willingness to use me. I realize now that my unreadiness had absolutely nothing to do with anything I could change or do. I wasn't ready because God was still preparing me, not to be a staff member or to go on some organized mission trip. He was preparing me and has preserved me for this season. He literally saved my life twice, not counting salvation. Some of you brothers and sisters in Christ are with the enemy and are angrily shouting, "Heretic," and maybe even "Crucify him" because of my testimony. Is that God's Spirit? Is your anger at my audacity to challenge precious doctrine really righteous anger? Did you pray about it before murdering me in your hearts or thoughts? Did God need church leaders to murder men to preserve His word, giving them authority over His church because He overlooked some things during creation? Maybe God didn't know the word Trinity, and that's why it's not there.